Welcome to Lizards of the Toast, and are you plotting that big bad prowess? Well, we've got a prowess deck put together, and unfortunately we're going to have to take this one apart. So I figured I'd show you guys this one. This is more of a Gruul Aggro, and it just hasn't been up to snuff with my playstyle, really. I haven't been enjoying it too much. I think I'll do a deck explanation along with this, but as we're going through it, I'll show you the ins and outs of what I love. We'll have a love pile and a hate pile. So we have Monastery, Swift Spear, no introduction needed. It's kind of spooky. She's scary. Imagine if she was like a real, not like a picture, like the new It movie, remember? Dragon's Rage Channel. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we know Dr. C. So we know Gruul Prowess. Now here we go. This is where the not so like too much a pile starts. Questing Druid is on its own a card that's not that good. This is not that good, but together you have a good card. We've discussed this on the channel, but I have just found that this is slowing up the whole show, and with new cards, new cards that have come up, Amp Raptor. Raptor. I didn't say, excuse me, Raptor. New cards that have come up, I think that this is kind of irrelevant. And I could almost not justify running any of these in a modern Gruul deck. But 1, 2, 3, 4 in this deck. So we will put those in not like pile. And we have Slick Shot Show Off. This is one of the best cards for prowess ever printed. It's a flyer. It's a bird. It's a wizard. It's a cowboy. Flying Haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, the show-off gets +2/+0 until end of turn. But the best thing is you can plot it. So you can plot it with a plot. We talked about this. We have plots for prowess. So after you plot a card, you can place any exiled card here. You may cast it as a sorcery on a later turn. So at sorcery speed, we can unplot the Slick Shot when we want to storm out with a big turn and make it like an 8/8 or something. Running 4 of those, of course. And those are going in the love pile because we love that card. Now here is a strange card because I love this card in the Gruul Prowess. This is Tarmogoyf, and this is the Scrounging Deathclaw version, and I absolutely love that as an old school lover of Fallout. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these in here, and they are beautiful, and I love them. However, they're almost like riding on that pile of maybe so, maybe no for our new prowess that we're going to be showing later in the week. So, I believe that rounds out our creature base. Yep. Let's just do a review. We'll review for the test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, and I don't know. Questing Druid doesn't do much for me anymore. See, oh, there we go. Okay, so Tarfire is interesting. I put this in here because I like this tribal instant better than the other one, which I can't think of at the moment. But Tarfire deals 2 damage to target creature or player. It's Lightning Bolt Light. For your bigger problems, use the Lightning Bolt, but for a lighter problem, you can go ahead and use Tarfire. Because after Auntie brushed the soot from her eyes, she discovered something wonderful. The fire had turned the goat into something that smelled delicious. Auntie Grub, I think that smell is burnt goat hair. So we have 2 of these because this is a tribal instant. And it's separate from an instant in that sense. So Tarmogoyf will trigger off it, and it's 1 mana. We have mutagenic growth in here. We have 1, 2, just 2. And again, this is something where I like to run 4 in a prowess deck, but we had to make room. I feel like now, not for Tarmogoyf so much, but had to make room for the Druid, for that questing Druid. We might just send it on a quest, I think. We have Lightning Bolt. Of course, that's a staple in this blinging little deck. We are running Lava Dart, so we can sack that mountain and play that again, get that prowess trigger. We have this here as our cantrip. So this is Abundant Harvest. It's a sorcery. Abundant Harvest says name a card, land, or non-lands. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card of the chosen type and put it into your hand. That's what this does. It didn't... This is another one where I gotta say, kind of riding in the middle where it's like, is Manamorphose better than this for what I'm trying to do here? Okay, so Crash Through. Now, this is one I do like. So this will definitely go in the like pile. Crash Through is a sorcery, so there's not many sorceries in this deck, but creatures you control gain trample until end of turn, draw a card. So we're going to get to draw a card for 1 red, but creatures are going to get trample, and that could be a big Tarmogoyf, even a big Monastery Swiftspear. So I say that goes in like. Let's just do a review here. I think we got something in the dislike pile that might... Yep, there it is. Okay, get in there. So there's our pile. We have cards we like. Cards we love. Now, to round it out, we have Mishra's Bubble. Any deck that's prowess looking to play free things is going to run these. We got those nice schematics there. Thank you, Jeffrey. You're a true champ. Jeffrey suggested these schematics to me. He said the foil ones are beautiful. And I was like, Jeff, do you think I can afford stuff like that? He said, well, they're not very expensive. And I was like, okay, fine. For this deck, I will. So Underworld Breach, running 2 of those. Again, it's a prowess, so just 2. And I would say love, 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 love. All right, now land. Land is a thing. So as we're moving away from green towards a more red heavy, we are running, this is for this shell, with the not so like this. This is not optimized with Modern Horizons 3 cards yet, basically, is what you're seeing here. It's just a little late to the game, and I think some people may have interest in this shell, so what the hey. Anyways, we have Arid Mesa, 1, 2. We have Bloodstained Mire, following my rule, 1. We have Woodsy Footsies, 1, 2. Following my rule, we have Scalding Tarn, 1, 2. We have Woodsy Foothills, not following my rule, but I sure do like that version. And we have our fetchables. We have Stumpy as our shocklands. We have another Arid Mesa, and I don't know why that is back there. Jeez. All right, and we have 1, 2, 3 mountains. So I think we may add a couple mountains to this and take out a couple things as it turns more red. So I love all lands, you know that. So these don't go in any pile. Now, let's look at the slide board. Slide, slide, slippity slide. Take a little slide on the sideboard. All right. I'm sorry. Oh, I try. Unholy Heat. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Deals 6 damage instead if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. There will be. That damage is good. Takes care of big things. Things like Sheoldred. So Unholy Heat. I love the card. I may put another one in here. So we have Blood Moon. Non-basic lands are mountains. And because this deck I am turning more into like a red shell, Blood Moon is something that will go 1, 2, 3, stay just like that. Instead of doing 2 of these and 2 Magus of the Moon, we have 1 Magus of the Moon and 3 Blood Moon. And that will remain that way. Here, just to keep ourselves organized. Now this is if we run the Blood Moons. And this will stay regardless of the direction this deck goes. Because if we do keep the Tarmogoyfs in the Gruul Prowess shell, or keep even a little bit of them, like 3, but I think 4 Tarmogoyfs is good. We will need to bring this from the sideboard with our things to make sure that we have a green. So, we have Surgical Extraction. It's free. We can target our opponent's fetch lands, but this one, since this deck has changed and we have like more varied fetch lands, this is one that I would say would go into a pile of taking out. We have Pick Your Poison, and that's why we'll be running green in our mostly red shell that we'll be showcasing later in the week. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these wonderful Pick Your Poisons. Each opponent sacks an arty. Each opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Very good. 2 cursed totems. Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated, so that is pretty cool for us. Anyways, that will round out, let's see here. Poison, all right. That will round out the sideboard. Another plot token. Yeah, anyways, I think lighter land base, and I was like joking around earlier, and I will say the Amped Raptor is going to go in here with some other energy creating things. But my big question is, can I make that Deathclaw work? Can I make that Tarmogoyf do work that is worthwhile in the deck? Because I'm going to just say it, I don't like Gigantha the Wellspring. Ashley, she likes Gigantha. I think in that Goblin 8-whack thing she's playing, I think Gigantha's good as like a top-end threat. But in this, it's just not good enough for us because it slows us down so much to have to pay 3 mana to put something in our hand. But I kind of feel like Goyf, you know, not too bad. Because if we're running, let me grab one real quick. Let's grab one. Let's grab one. All right, so we got an Amped Raptor here, correct? So it's my understanding we have this first strike 2/1. When Amped Raptor enters the battlefield, we get 2 energy counters. Then if you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. So that we're definitely going to want to bring our land count down, which you know me. Spiky McSpliker and running 15 lands in the Abundant Harvest cantrip, which doesn't hurt us because we're not going to be running the Questing Druid. So we can dip her down on the lands because these raptors will be doing a wonderful thing. And this raptor, I'm going to show you, in my opinion, just my opinion, nobody, I think the card I was talking about is a great card as well. The one that I had in the not liking pile. Where are you? Where are you now? I say I didn't like it and it disappears on me. Anyways, Questing Druid. Questing Druid, where are you? I just don't know. That is weird. Did you get in the land somehow? Alright, help me out here. You guys are laughing at me right now, aren't you? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we just need one of these. We'll use that one. I like that one better. Alright, so Questing Druid. We can pay 1 and a red, exile the top 2 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. So we can do that on our opponent's turn, but we're still going to have to save the red mana, right? And basically, Amped Raptor, we pay 1 and a red. We get a creature on board that enters the battlefield. We get 2 energy counters. Then if you cast it from your hand, which we will be doing, we will exile cards from the top of our library. Until we exile a non-land card, we may cast that card by paying an amount of energy equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. So if almost 100% of our cards in this deck have mana cost 2 or less, that means we can pretty much play something for free whenever we play this, and that would include a Tarmogoyf. So in my opinion, I think Tarmogoyf in this can totally take the place of this right here. Even though this is a great card. I think it's great. I think Questing Druid is great, especially even with Tarmogoyf. When this is in the graveyard, it is both an instant and it is a creature. So it's double for Tarmogoyf. But Tarmogoyf is not Nethergoyf. Our opponent will have things in their graveyard as well. So this, maybe in Jund with a Nethergoyf heavy build, would be better, I think, than the Amped Raptor. And that is why. So I think out with him, in with that. Because really, having played this deck for, I'd say we've been playing it about a month and a half. And I've probably played about 20 games. And this thing is making me lose. And it's, I like the instant part of it, but not enough to where it justifies. I mean, I'd rather have a Manamorphose than the Amped Raptors, you know what I mean? So thank you for joining me. Unfortunately, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do a gold fishing video after this, just to chat some more. And we'll see what we can do with the Tarmogoyfs and what kind of damage output we can get. And I guess I will see you later on, and I hope you're excited about this new prowess build because it is really exciting. I am sure excited about it. And I do have everything I need, except some sideboard cards. However, I'm planning those later in the week, and I may just substitute something because in my old mono red prowess, I ran Tunnel Ignis, and I may just have Tunnel Ignis and represent the card that I'm waiting to get. So I think that covers it. I think we're at 15 minutes there. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks for joining me.